Imagine clients who are loyal instead of fickle. That's the difference when you're branded. Somebody came to me and said they've been trying for a year to get a job. They fan their resumes out to everybody and get rejected. And I said, because your resume looks like everybody else's resume. You're drowning in the sea of sameness. You have to do something different. She said, what? I said, write a book. And I said, but be careful. If you write a book, the first job you apply for, you'll get. So here's the story. The employer drags himself into the office on a Monday morning, says to his secretary, I'm going to spend the morning reading all my responses to the job application. And she said, yeah, there's 100 or 200 in your email inbox, but there's one person who printed off her resume in parchment, like really beautiful, and tucked it inside her book. He said, inside what book? She wrote a book on marketing. It was a vacancy for a marketing job. He said, well, I want to speak to her. The secretary said, I knew you'd want to because she's here. Send her in. In 5 minutes, she was hired. He didn't want to read 200 identical resumes. She wrote a book on it. Who else are they going to hire?
Wow.
So if you're employed or unemployed, but particularly if you have a business, then yes, you make some money selling the book. If you sell 1,000 copies of the book at $20, you make $20,000. You sell 10,000 copies at $20, you make $200,000. But when the book sells you, then you can really make money.
There is no one on this planet that is more authoritative than an author.
Than an author.
Not even a doctor.
Oh, no, listen. If you say, I want an Olympic gold medal, they'll say, oh, you must be fast. If you say, I want a Nobel Peace Prize, they'll say, oh, you must be peaceful. But when you say, I've written a book, wow, and I know why. I figured out why. If you go up to somebody and say, have you written a book? They won't say no. They'll say no if you ask if they can change a 20. If you say, have you written a book? They'll say, no. They want you to know they're a million light years away from that one. And if you say, well, I know you haven't written a book, but do you know the names of any authors? They'll say Sir Richard Branson. They'll say Warren Buffett. They'll say Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, the Dalai Lama, Brad Pitt. They'll say the biggest people on the planet. And then when you say, I've written a book, what? Like it's so profound.
Instant connection.
Instant connection with the biggest people on the planet.